Alright, so I'm Tim. I came in late last week, so we ran out of questions, so I'm just gonna steal somebody else's. I think that was, what was an experience you had that made you stronger? And for me, that would be the first time I was ever pulled over. Now, a few years ago, a couple friends and I decided to go down to San Diego to party over the weekend. And a few hours into the trip, my friend in the passenger seat, he decides to smoke some of the pot that he has. Now, I don't smoke, and I hate the smell, so I have my windows down. And he basically finishes the joint that he has. But he passes it over to the driver, who takes a couple small hits, too. And I definitely have my reservations about that, but I don't say anything, which is fucking stupid, I know. But eventually, I take over driving. And that's when these two guys really start to get high. But that's also when I see the lights in my rear view mirror. And so I get pulled over for tailgating. And keep in mind that I'm driving a car that isn't mine. A car that totally reeks of pot. And somewhere inside the car there's a ball of pot about the size of a golf ball, probably a little bit bigger. That's not mine. And these two guys are obviously high. So the cop picks up on this. And he searches the car for more weed. Doesn't find anything, there's nothing else in there. And amazingly, he lets us go with pot in hand and without a ticket for tailgating. He lets us go with a warning, basically. And so I'm really, really obviously on edge. And later that night at the party, because I'm so on edge, I think it's a great idea to roll one up myself, even though I don't smoke, and light up just to try and bring that down a little bit. But it makes it worse, because I get really neurotic when I'm high. So later that night, as we're leaving the party, the driver who's taking us home starts to swerve over the road. Not because he's drunk, but because he's picking up on my uneasiness about the whole thing. And he's doing it to fuck with me as a joke. But I'm still high. So I swear he's drunk and I'm freaking out. I'm fearing for my life. But eventually we make it home. And at that point, I know that I'd had enough. I go out and go for a walk. And I know the weed made me neurotic, but it got me thinking that I was really fucking lucky to not have anything seriously bad happen on the ride over to San Diego when these guys were smoking. And that I was really fucking lucky that this driver really wasn't drunk, because what if he was? You don't know what would have happened. And I was really fucking lucky that I got off for my first time being pulled over with just a warning. And so that night I made a decision, and I hope I changed for the best. And I'm not going to do some dumbass shit again.